first panelist is Harrison Bardwell from Bardwell Farm. And Harrison, I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Cool. So my name's Harrison Bardwell. I own Bardwell Farm in Hatfield. We're in Hampshire County, and we're a 30-acre diversified vegetable farm, mainly selling at a roadside farm stand. We have a CSA, 3 or 4 farmers markets year round, and we do a large amount of wholesale. I'm here today because we just finished, or we're finishing our first season of Snap. So I'm kind of new to the game right now. So I'm going to give a little bit insight of why we decided to take Snap and how our kind of first year went, because I guess I'm more of a newbie at it. So we've been doing retail since I started my business about 7-8 years ago. And we were really driving and pushing more customer base to try to reach out to find different customers, see what was out there. And I always knew Snap existed. I didn't really exactly know how it worked with farms specifically. And so we started talking to CISA, and Zoe was really helpful to start explaining what it was about and how it would really work and affect our farm. My biggest thing is to push to any customer and make any customer really happy or excited or feel welcome at our places of retail. And so I really wanted to start it at our local farm stand right in town to see how to be able to draw a little more customer base in, bring in a little more sales, and offer something new to the local citizens that we haven't before. So we started with that, and then learning right off the bat that we could bring them to farmers markets and even do them in our CSA was just something totally unique and interesting that I wanted to try, and also be able to promote our products out to maybe a different clientele, if you will. We jumped into 3 farmers markets last year. It was our first year doing a lot of things, and farmers markets were one of them. And we were very fortunate to get approved for Snap. I think it was around this time last year. So being able to know we could bring these to the markets, but not knowing what to expect, about this time of the year was really exciting and kind of nervous at the same time. So that's kind of why we got into it and wanted to try, is we just kind of wanted to reach out to a different group of people, try to bring in more interest to our farm, and kind of help and promote our name, and kind of show what we're doing here. Some of the expectations I had getting into the process was, I kind of wanted to know how easy the system would be for, 1, the customer to deal with, and 2, ourselves to deal with. And again, talking with Zoe and going through all the different steps of really the registration process and signing up for Snap, it was more in depth than something that I was used to on a daily basis, but CISA and Zoe really did help get us through all that. And taking the time this time of year where I could sit down and pay attention really did help get through it all. And it wasn't that big of an issue. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I forget how long it took for us to get approved, but it was very smooth process overall. So that was helpful on our end. Once we got the Snap in, we weren't really able to use it right off the bat. We kind of did some workshops and trainings with Zoe, myself personally as the owner, and then my retail manager. We did a good couple weeks and months of learning about it, figuring out the different processes of it, and then how it would intertwine with our customers, and more importantly with like our POS system. That was big questions I had. I guess I'll talk a little bit on that. So like, I really wasn't aware of what Snap could be used for, and that's something Zoe really explained to both my manager and I, of what products specifically people could use Snap for. And we at the time were selling multiple value-added products, ornamental products, gift and craft items, along with our vegetables and fruits. So I knew like the vegetables and fruits were definitely something that people would be able to purchase, but I was really in the dark of what other products people could. And that's what Zoe did a really good job of helping explain that to both of us. So we weren't selling people things through Snap that we weren't supposed to. So that was one side of it, a lot of education on that part, which was interesting. But knowing how many different products we actually could sell that we offered was pretty awesome too. So all in all, we started with our farm stand in town offering SNAP. We had a retail stand here that had staffing to sell and distribute our products, and we just offered a sign out front on our register that we accepted SNAP, and we started promoting it on our social media that way. Our farm stand, I guess the interest in my specific area here wasn't as drastic as you'd see elsewhere, I would say. I think on a given week here, we probably took in maybe 5 to 10 SNAP customers over that span. But so that was, that was interesting. It was working fine. We were really happy to see SNAP customers actually coming into our farm stand because it was something totally new that we'd never dealt with. But as soon as we started farmers markets in June, I remember my manager coming back the first day after and just blown away about how many SNAP people actually came to our stand and used the system,
Don't get too tired.
which was which was really cool to see. And going through the season of offering SNAP, promoting that to our customers, and really seeing a fluctuation of people coming to our stand was quite amazing. We're a conventional farm, so our prices at the market were a little lower, I think, to some of the other organic farms at the markets we were at, which I think really might have helped drive customers to our farm stand a little bit, or our market stand, to be able to shop for a little lower price and feel comfortable being there shopping. But we did the math over just one farmer's market we did in Springfield, and about 1/3 of our sales we brought in, 1/3 of our sales we brought in just through SNAP alone at our market, which to me that's pretty amazing to see that push through people. So that was really cool to see. So we had a really positive effect, I think, with the customers. Very infrequently, I think, did we have pushback from people or issues with our customers. It seemed like people were very happy to see that we offered it. We're able to use the system that we had very easily, which also helped, promote our farm as well. And I think, like Zoe talked, is having someone with a friendly face, a smile, and that's really greeting to offer this is really a big benefit. And fortunately, my market manager, who was at the market, is very, very good at talking to people and explaining things and walking through that. So that made the experience with a lot of our customers really nice. Our sales increased, like I said, I think SNAP really actually, helped increase our sales a little bit, as well as, promoted people to come shop at our stand and buy our products, which was cool. We did 3 different farmers markets this year, and 2 in Springfield and 1 in Chicopee, and they were all pretty much generated towards either lower income areas or food desert areas where there wasn't a lot of local food, fresh food available. So I think intertwining both of those, it really worked quite well. On our side, with like the staffing and training and things, again, Zoe did a training with our whole staff that was available at the time to really, one, teach me and teach my managers again of what we were actually doing, what we were getting into, some of the do's and do nots of SNAP, and quite explicitly explain that, if you do something wrong, the government could do something, you could get penalized. So, being aware of the good and the bad that SNAP has, I think is important. And I think, Zoe can talk a little bit more about that. But the training overall was really, really easy. I mean, we had a lot of high schoolers that were working for us. And then our managers were kind of a younger crowd here, and everyone picked up on it very easily. It was a very easy system to train on, which made my life a lot easier because we weren't dealing with headaches with both customers and our staff at the same time. One thing that I've learned throughout the season is that dealing with the POS system to actually accept SNAP was probably the most, I guess, involved part of dealing with SNAP alone. So we run our POS system is Square. So we had to do a little bit of digging and figuring out how to actually accept the money to track the sales we were selling, but at the same time, take the money in through the EBT card or through SNAP. So working with Zoe and my office manager, we had a really nice clean system where we would put the sale through our POS system. So just like any other customer. And then we would just flip over to the Totally Pay app. The customer would enter in their PIN and we would run their sale right through the SNAP transaction. So it was very smooth. It was just virtually the same thing as just running anyone's other card. We were just using a different card machine and a different app kind of halfway through the process there. So all in all, I have no complaints. We did, you get pushback here and there from people, but my market manager who dealt with this all throughout the season really never came back with any negativity or issues throughout the week. I think our biggest issues were probably glitches with our system, or I think one issue that we ran into a lot is that we only have one SNAP system or one app or subscription. So when we were running it at our markets, we didn't have it available at our farm stand, which, wasn't the biggest issue to me, I think, because we were able to either take people's information down manually and just send it to the market and run that through. But those are things to think about if you're doing multiple locations at once, and it's worth it to invest into it. We were fortunate to get the grant through the state to do this, which was awesome as well. So yeah. Anything else am I missing, Zoe? Do you want me to touch upon?
I think you covered it all, Harrison. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
that
if
was great.
Yeah, that was very all encompassing. Thank you. If anyone has any questions about the grant programs that Harrison just mentioned, we also did talk a little bit about those in our part 1, so we can share that with everybody. If you want, please email Zoe or myself and we'll share it with you. But thank you, Harrison. That was really great.